Pike folks, hope you're doing well. Wanted to do an updated Pike job briefing video for you, and also to be clear that this is something that you're going to submit on a daily basis. So when you start your day, whether your job number or work order has changed from the day before, you're still going to create a new pre-job briefing, and when you end your day, you're going to submit a post-job briefing. Now, in the event that you work on multiple work orders or you change job numbers, you're obviously going to create a pre-job briefing and submit a post-job briefing for that as well. So you might have multiple that you submit in the course of a day. But certainly you're going to submit at least one on a daily basis. Now, I'll blow through this pretty quickly because you guys are fairly familiar with the navigation of this app. I'll cover some of the changes that we've made, but as always, if you have any additional questions, get in touch with us. We'll walk you through whatever we need to. First things first, before we even log in, take a peek top right hand corner. Make sure that we're on version 1.1 build 15. That's the latest version. I know we've released a couple of other versions. Just want to make sure you're up to date before we do anything. If you find that you're not up to date, get in touch with us and let's get you up to date. Same deal here, guys. Nothing's changed. Username is going to be your employee number. Password is going to be capital P, lowercase a, s, s, w, o, r, d, and the number 1. Hit your sign in button. And now that we're in, you'll see the crew list is at the top here. This sets the stage for your situation. In other words, this date will change based on when you're logging in and filling out your pre-job briefings. But your home job, your customer, your general foreman, your crew, your equipment, all of this is based on the last thing that you submitted. So your home job you might or might not have to change when you log in. But really this other stuff hopefully is going to stay pretty much the same for you. As we go through this, and again, I'll go through it quickly. You should notice that these subtopics, they're going to look the same, they're going to act the same as what you're used to. The fact that you do submit it on a daily basis, no matter what, sometimes multiple times a day, and that this crew list is kind of the basis of your situation. Let me stop there for a second and just explain one of the main sticking points of this updated video. You have two submit buttons within this app, one being the submit button top right hand corner within your crew list. The purpose of this is for you to review your crew list. If you agree with everything that's on this screen, you submit and it will allow you to continue on with header and images, discussion topic, etc., etc. The other is if I go down here to post job briefing, when I highlight that, you'll see a review and submit. This is what's going to actually submit your pre and post job briefing. So please don't confuse those two. One is just to allow you to continue on, the others to actually submit it where it needs to go when you're done capturing all your data. Now when I say basis of your situation, this is based on when you submit the actual job briefing. Not submit your crew list, but submit the job briefing itself. That's what it refers back to based on the next time you log in and the crew list it pulls from. But notice that you do have options to change some things here. You can add crew members, you can change your home job, your GF, add equipment. Alright, and here we go. The refresh button, this is going to refresh your data. The information button, this is going to give you some instructions if need be. Remember, this submit button does not submit your job briefing, it just saves a copy of your crew list locally to your device. Let's talk about if you need to make a change to your crew list. If you will touch on the crew member in question and swipe left, you get some options there. Let's say the crew leader is out for the week and we need to designate a new crew leader. We can do that, or we can delete that crew member. Keep in mind that just hitting this submit button is only going to make a local change to your device, and it's not until you actually come down to the post job briefing and submit the job briefing that the change within your crew list is going to stick. And moving on, your header looks familiar to you. As you fill this out, just like you've been doing, anything that is marked by a red asterisk is mandatory. So you got to make sure and at least get those populated. Notice the microphones scattered throughout the app. This has got voice recognition, so if you would rather talk to your app and have it decipher your text for you, you can do that as opposed to banging on the keyboard. Images, again, we can add images, add videos. You can do that through actually pulling from your photo gallery, or we can open up the camera, and with the camera we can capture it right then and there. If you choose to do it from your photo gallery, you've got some options here as far as adding text to it. You can also mark it up, and you can do all this from within the app. So once I save that, it's going to be attached to the file. Discussion topic guide, again, we're still just highlighting these things just like we did before. If we touch on the little box to the right hand side, we can add notes. Again, there's our microphone. Job hazard analysis, same deal here. You can add and take away the amount of data you want to put in here. Again, you got microphones. Confirmation. We've got this set up to where really at the end of the deal you should be able to have your guy just touch on the pen, and he can just sign by his name. Hit our save button. On that note about the save button, let me just highly recommend that that you are continuing to hit your save button anytime that you complete one of these subtopics. All of them have a save button, top right hand corner. Save yourself the headache, and go ahead, and it just takes you half a second to run up there and hit save each time that you've completed one of these subtopics. I'm moving on to delays and daily tasks. These are some toggle switches, yes no toggle switches for you, and depending on what you answer there, it might ask you for additional information. Post-job briefing. So when I go into here, again, a series of toggle switches. Depending on your answer, you might be prompted for some additional explanation there. You have your microphone. Again, you can talk into it as opposed to typing everything out. And then of course, top right hand side, this is your summary. So we want to check that every once in a while, make sure that we're on target, getting everything that we want to get within this job briefing. Remember that top right hand corner, this little box with the arrow pointing up, this is going to allow us to be able to take this summary and share it. We can email it, we can create a PDF, so there's some things we can do in there. I'm going to hit my close button, and next to that is clear, review, and submit. So once we get everything that we need, we've collected all the data that we need to, we're going to review and submit, and I guess I'll say it for the last time, we want to submit this on a daily basis. You do have your settings down here. This is pretty much for your refreshing your data, that type of thing. There's not really much you can do in the way of choosing what data to be refreshed. It's just a one button type deal. Who's logged in, and then your log out button is just to the right of that. So I know I went through this all very quickly, but again, I'm assuming that you've been in and out of job briefing for a little while now, that you're getting familiar with it. There wasn't a ton that changed, but there was enough that changed that we felt like maybe a video would help out. Get in touch with us, let us know what you need. If you need more videos, if you need us to walk you through something, be happy to do that. As always, please be safe out there. Let me just quickly say, or remind you rather, that there is another video if you need a deeper breakdown of each subtopic. That I don't think that video is going to have the crew list on it, so it's a little bit older version, but nevertheless it will go through each subtopic if you need that. Refer back to that one. Like I said, this one just really, it took you to 10,000 foot level. So thanks guys.